Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tradespeople's Tips. We're carrying out a service on our Nissan Qashqai. Alright, first thing we do, not a service, sorry, we're changing pads in this. Pull our bonnet catch, come around the front of the vehicle, underneath here, if you follow my hand. Can't find a stupid thing. Under the bonnet is your bonnet catch somewhere or another, right here. Alright, so where my hand is from the bonnet, you press down. There it is. Press down on it. No, lift it up. Alright, see? Just there. My finger. Just lift that up and lift your bonnet. Alright. Next is your bonnet stay. Just there. So I'll just rest that on my head. You can see where it clips on. If you press downwards, it comes off. It's then located in that hole there just beside your washer bottle. So I'm gonna have to use the phone. Not use the phone in my hand there. Place it there. We're good to go, right? Slacken off the top of our brake fluid container, right? Just there you go. Just rest it back on it. Don't forget to tighten it back down when you finish. Also, let me tell you from now, once you've done your brake, pump your brakes up, make sure they go hard before you move your vehicle. Okay, once you've done everything. Right, next we come around here and we have a 17mm socket. Right there. You slacken off your wheel nuts. See how tight that one was? Well, this one here, which is your locking wheel nut, you're going to need this key should you find you have a wheel nut like that or any others that is different from the rest of them in order to get that off. As I was saying, that one that I just done, that's how tight that one was, and that just came back from a service. Okay, another thing I want to show you. You can see my jack is under there. It's not touching the body yet, but yet we have body damage just there. Okay, we've had to get some new tires and everything, but I'm gonna jack it up anyway. But before you jack your vehicle up, make sure you're on level ground. If not, this is what I'm using to stop my vehicle rolling back, not putting my face just solely in the handbrake. Okay, so I'm going to jack it up now and then whip the wheel off and I'll get back to you. My caliper is facing, the wheel is facing straight, so I want to turn the wheel facing outwards like that. So I think I might do that before I even jack it up. Okay, talk to you in a minute. Okay, there's our wheel bolts, studs, bolts. If it's nuts, then you'll have it coming out there and you screw the nuts on. These are bolts, wheel studs, wheel bolts, yeah? So we put these to one side along with the caps that come off of these caps fit onto there, just like that sort of thing, yeah? Let me show you. This is how your wheel caps fit on, like that. There you go. And what I used to get it off is just that, prise it underneath, or I could have used that, try and get in there, pull it off. Okay, now there's our wheel looking. Okay, it's coming off. If it ain't coming off, what we're gonna do, just give it a kick, there, there, there. Turn it as you kick it, turn it, kick it, it will, as you can see, eventually start making its way off. You want your vehicle just off the ground, you don't need it no higher than that. Okay, get the wheel out of the way and over there. Try and put stuff where they're not going to get kicked about or get in your way. Okay, now we have on the back of here what looks like a 14mm socket. On the front of here, let's see if I got the right tool key for this, we weren't sure. No, that's too big. Get the largest one. Got a big hammer just in case we come into any problems. That was the smallest one. Okay, so we have problem number one already. Okay. Okay, as you see earlier on, I never had the right size socket, but I have these little small bits. Okay, so I've held it with a mole grip. That's all I have. All right, place it in where it's supposed to go, just like that, and you can see it's freed off. But what I've had to do is, when I got it on there, just put it up about that way so you can see. You're holding it, and on the end there, give it a clump as you're levering upward to try and get it undone. That'll just shock it, break the rust, so you can take it out now. Okay, but before you do that, also I forgot to mention, see down between your discs, just shove your screwdriver in there. So as you're trying to take that screw out, the wheel will try and turn, the disc will try and turn, and it will just jam against there, allowing you now to put that in, slam it with the hammer, and pull up at the same time. But make sure it moves freely before you try and put any pressure on it, otherwise it could end up rounding that off, and if it rounds that off, you're going to need something similar to this to try and chisel it from the edge to get it to move, or you could end up having to drill it out and all that palaver. You don't want to be doing all that, that's just more work. Right, for some reason the vehicle is not seeing the key, so I can't turn it on, but in the meantime I've got a 14 mil here. Does that fit on there? Yeah, so that fits on there. Now I need a ratchet. Here's my ratchet. So make sure that it's set to the right position to come off. See, just push your brake pipe out the way, and that will go downwards. Right, let's fix it on properly. One man band thing is not always easy. Right, and you press down, it is tightening. So yeah, depending on the ratchet you got, turn it round to undo. Right, now I've got to put them upwards, and there you go. So I've got that one there, and I got the next one just down here. Get my ratchet on there, pull upwards, there you go. So if I take those two, slacken them off proper. Next thing I need to try and do, I would have preferred to get my screwdriver into there. Actually it might work, and just leave my caliper over. I think I'm getting some. Can you see what I'm doing there? I'm going between the brake pads and the piston. Here's a piston, so I'll go between there first and just lever against there, and you'll feel your screwdriver moving. You'll also see your caliper moving there. What you could try and do now, so you got enough space in between there, try and lever from there. But the ideal place I like to lever from is between the pad and the piston. The pad of the disc on the piston side. Yeah, so there you go. I'm trying to get my screwdriver just in there, but because the wheel is straight, it's a bit, oh mate. Right, that's the corner of my disc. That's my piston. That's my pad. That gap just there, in between the two, is where I'm trying to get my screwdriver blade to fit. Just in there, so I can just twist your screwdriver. See, moving. See if you can get it right in there. Alright? So you wanna, there we go. You wanna try and get your piston right back as far as it can go. See? Right back as far as it can go. That'll just make it easier. Oh, slipped over then. For when you come to putting it back. So we're gonna pull on it. You'll feel it moving. And when it stops, which is about there, I think I can say my piston is right back. So I'll continue taking my nuts off. bolts, sorry, not nuts. Screw that out. The bottom one. We'll do that. Now my caliper should just come straight off. And there's my piston I was telling you, right back. So I'll just rest that on there for a minute. And as you can see, my pad there, let's pull that out. Just twist, just as I'm doing there, and it will come out. Okay, same again there. As you can see, these pads are right on the limit. That one and that one. Okay, so we keep them together, preferably as they came off. That there's your wear indicator, alright? So this one you can tell, circle, that's the piston. The U shape, that's the caliper. So that goes there, and that one goes there. So we keep them together so that when you're putting a new one, you know which one goes where. Right behind here, we have a 19 mil, I think it is. Let me just check. I've got a 19 mil socket here somewhere. Try and work tidier than I am, because you're just stumbling around over and over again. Let's see this one. Right, that's the 19, but it is in an awkward place because we can't turn the wheel in order to get it off. So we're gonna have to try and figure something out. Get that one and that one off, and that will release your carrier, your brake pad carrier. But in the meantime, I'm gonna, let me sort that out and come back. Okay, we're back again. This is where we're at. This is our new brake disc. So what we do, I normally do, get my old disc, compare it. Alright, so if I put that one like that, I chuck that one on the side, make sure same size, holes are in the same place, everything lined up. The distance between here and there, the same. So we flip them on the top, make sure that they're the same. It could be just that little bit out, and it's the wrong size disc, okay? And next, we have our clips. These are clips or wear indicators, which are these ones here. Right, again I said circular, that's your caliper, and that's the carrier. Piston, carrier, the U shape. Right, so you're going to take these off, see these plates? Alright, and fit them to your new ones. But before you burst the packet open, I suggest use your original one, match it up against it, make sure it's the right pads, because sometimes you do get suppliers that will give you the wrong bits. Alright, the little carrier there, you can see that little D shape there, that's where it sits. So this will just clip on to there, something like that. Alright, we're going to make sure what we're doing before we go ahead. Here, when I took the carrier off, it was a bit tight at the bottom, so well, it's got Loctite on it when they were originally fitted. So I spread it up with a little WD, and I made sure my bolt goes in nice and easy, because it's a nightmare trying to get it out because I can't straighten the wheel at the moment. Okay, anyway, I got it. I'm gonna take these off, clip them onto my new one. Your brake disc, just give it a squirt or a WD, some brake cleaner or anything, just wipe it. Don't have to go mad on it. Okay, so let me put this lot back on, and you can see the mess, and you can see the mess I'm working, and I'll tell you, try and work tidy. Right? Oh man. Okay, I'm back again, and I've fitted it up. There you go, my pads are in. Let me just explain to you a little bit. See these clips? Just gotta pull it backwards. See, flexible. Get it out the way until you get your pad in. Then you just locate it back in. Let me just show you that one. There. It's a bit awkward trying to do it with one hand, that's the trouble. And I'm using my left hand. There you go, right? So that locate that back inside there properly on the top. Make sure it's on the top of the pad, right where it's supposed to be. in between there, sitting nicely. That's exactly what we want. Okay, same again there, and on the opposite side exactly the same thing. Make sure everything is sitting on your wear indicator clip. You look at it as you take it off, you put it back on. Those clips are what you get original on your pad. Just dispose of those, because you want, basically you've got 2 plates on here, not 3. Put that on, you're gonna end up with 3. Okay, so we're gonna stick this back on there now and then move over to our other side. So I'll see you again in a minute. Right, now we're back here. Got our pads on, disc on, everything on here. Notice you've got that D shape. That D shape has got to sit flush along here when you bolt it up. Yeah, so let me just demonstrate to you. Get our caliper back. Let's press it on there for a minute. Because we push our piston straight back, it should just go straight on. And does it? Yes, it does. See there where I was talking about? It's got to sit square on there. Okay? So I'm just going to catch my bolt in there now. Top and bottom. And that's one side done. Stick my wheel back on. See you in a minute. There we are. Everything bolted up nice and tight. Just take it for a minute. Take a minute. And just have a look and check. Make sure. See where I'm saying the pin located? Straight in between there, see? That's where that goes. Make sure it's at the bottom. The same when you're putting it together. There your D shape fits right on the edge of there. You see, sits properly. Your bolts back there. So really you got 4 bolts. 1, top, bottom, top, bottom. Make sure they're tight. Your disc is screws in. Don't have to go mad tightening on that, because all these are gonna hold the disc on also. But if you put that on and it seems like it's not sitting flush, just tap it round, stick it on. It should be good. Right, so we're gonna get our wheel now and put that back on. Okay. Yeah, once you got your wheel back on, your wheel bolts tightened up, bolt stud, call them what you like. You just press your caps back on. Locking wheel nut won't have one on, so let's just make sure which is which. And that's it. Next thing you need to do, before we are clear up all this, put that back safe and sound, because you're going to need that in case you have a flat tire. So, that's going to put it on the feet there for now. We open back our bonnet, which should have been remained open, but never mind. We'll come underneath our engine, get up on it, and we tighten back our brake fluid cap. Now, close our bonnet, get inside our vehicle. What we're going to do now, we're going to pump up our brakes. That's it, our brakes is back up. Otherwise you drive off, you have no brakes. And that's it. Once again from Trace People's Tip. If you're out there robbing people, stop.